Hello, welcome. I got tagged in the Everything Diamonds tag. The original creator, which is Michaela Renee, made this I think over a year ago, and then she redid it and re-tagged people. And one of the people she tagged me. So I will have Michaela's video and her channel as well as her @ in the description below, so you guys can check out her video. I got tagged by Diamonds Are a Girl's best friend, aka Courtney, love you girl, and I will have her video, her channel linked as well as her @ down there. I am so excited to do this. I watched both of their videos like within 5 minutes of them coming out. I had no idea I was gonna be tagged. When I was watching Courtney's video, she didn't have it printed or anything, and she said to have a better setup than her. So I copied, pasted, and tagged or wrote it all down and did it that way. I don't know, I think her video is perfect just the way it was. My name is Marissa and I make a variety of diamond art content, including things like this where I whip and chat and whatnot. I'm so excited to be tagged in this. If you can't tell, I think I'm just gonna jump right in. In the beginning, I wanna tell you who I am tagging so you don't have to wait until the end. I am tagging House of Miscellanea, Naomi. She is amazing and I adore her. Nancy with Pampered with Diamonds. She is fantastic. Katie with Diamonds and Washi. I doubt she'll see this. She's too big. Well, not too big. She's amazing. But it'd be really cool to see her do this tag. And also Diamonds in Recovery. I can't remember her first name, but she is so sweet. I am in the Discord with her for the House of Miscellanea's Discord, and I absolutely adore her. We also have Diamonds and Dragonflies, Heather. I'm really excited and hope she does this. And last but not least, Kristen with Craftyish Kristen. All right, question number 1 is, how many diamond paintings have you completed? I believe I've completed 6. Let me check. I'm on my 6th one, but I've completed 5 altogether. So I started this in March of 2024. March 20th is my actual first day diamond painting. April 1st is the first video I ever published on diamond painting. So yes, 5 completions. This is my number 6th work in progress, and I am almost done with it. I'll probably be done with it in a couple of days. Number 2, if you're comfortable answering, how many diamond paintings do you currently have in your stash? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I have 16 in my stash. When did you begin diamond painting? Tell us your DP backstory. Okay, so I started diamond painting March 20th, 2024. But it goes a little bit deeper than that. That's what I'm counting, because just over 2 years ago, I bought my first diamond painting, and me and my kids tried to kind of work on it. They did a majority of the work, but the quality of it was just so bad. And it took me over 2 years to finish, and it was mainly just kind of them, and it would go back and forth. I didn't properly take care of it either, so we had some dust and dog hair issues, and like certain parts of the canvas were completely no glue at all. Other parts were it would never set, and I could literally like put my finger on the stick and it would just like boing like that, or it would just come off in goopy clumps. That one doesn't count, and it made me never want to do it again. But I thought I would give it another chance with a better company, and also something that was geared more towards adults, because my kids do really well and they got some as gifts. And yeah, so that's kind of where it originated. Is I was genuinely interested in it for the kids and wanted to do something with them and have it be kind of a family thing. That turned into a disaster. None of us were happy with that process at all. Then now we have better quality. I'm obviously obsessed. As you can tell, I have a whole YouTube channel dedicated to it. It is my self-time, me time. My kids have their own area to do it. It has evolved from absolutely terrible to completely amazing, and I love it. I got wax on this canvas. Where's my tweezers? If you could only purchase from one diamond painting company for the rest of your life, who would you purchase from and why? Oh, geez. Everyone's saying Diamond Art Club because they have good quality and they have fantastic artists and a huge variety. So it's kind of like the all-in-one. I mean, they're monopolizing the industry, I feel like. So I'd kind of want to give a smaller company a chance. I can't say that I want to ever support just one company, but because you decided to give me this crazy hard question, and I've only ever tried Dreamer Designs and Diamond Art Club, you're really putting me in a sticky situation. I guess I'm gonna say Diamond Art Club. But I'm trying new companies, so am I really qualified for this answer or question? I'm not qualified for this one, but you can't skip, so I'm gonna say Diamond Art Club because that's what I'm most familiar with, but that answer might change. I think this is gonna be a yearly thing from Michaela. I really hope it is because I love seeing how the answers changed, and she even mentioned like her answers have changed on a few of hers, and I loved hearing about the comparison. So let's wait until next year and see what the real answer is. We're gonna leave it at that. When diamond painting, what is your go-to media to consume? Audiobooks, podcasts, YouTube, etc. Audiobooks for sure. I'm pretty obsessed with books. I have 800 books in my Audible library right now. I do like podcasts. I'm a big time YouTube consumer as well. It's also my time to catch up on some content. I watch a variety, like various amounts of content. It's not obviously just diamond painting content, but that's also when I do get some of my diamond content out of the way. Not out of the way, just like the main people that I watch on a consistent basis, I watch while diamond painting is what I meant to say. I've also been watching Netflix a lot while diamond painting when I'm caught up on the content that I want to watch. Resident Alien has been my binge series recently. Love it. Gilmore Girls is always a go-to. You can never go wrong with some Gilmore Girls. I also watch Star Wars with the family, Marvel a lot with the family while diamond painting. But yeah, those are kind of just all my go-tos right there. I'm so excited to see other people's answers. I want to know. What is your favorite category to diamond paint? Landscape, fantasy, animals, etc. Animals. I think landscape. I do have a bucket list of things that I want to try, like things that I don't gravitate more to, just so I can see, because I might end up loving them as diamond paintings and loving the process more than what I naturally gravitate to. But so far it's been fantasy and animals are my main two that I gravitate to. I do have my first portrait that I want to do, and I think it's going to be good. I do want to try more. This is my abstract one. I'm doing the abstract musical notes because I did want to try abstract as well. So just, I don't know. I'm still learning my preferences, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But the first few that I bought were mainly just fantasy and animals. What is the artist you have completed the most diamond paintings from? JoJo's art. He was my first two, and I didn't even realize they were from the same artist until I obviously started on the canvases. I was kind of clicking on art that I liked without really seeing who they were by or whatnot until I started making YouTube videos. And JoJo's art was my first two. And yeah, I am so in love with his art. What is your oh, well, okay, I kind of answered these two questions together. What is the artist you've completed the most diamond paintings from? JoJo's art. What is the artist you own the most diamond paintings from? JoJo's, because I don't own very many yet. What is your go-to wax when diamond painting? Go-to putty if you use neither. What is your go-to? Glue dots seems to be a forever staple. I did try the Randa's Crafty Corner. I got the hard and sticky as well as the original, but it's just really hot here. I constantly have to keep all my stuff in a lunchbox with an ice pack. So I want to try those more in the winter to see if they work better. The hard and sticky worked better in the summer for me, but I kind of am gravitating back to glue dots. Even those are kind of melting and leaving residue, which is almost unheard of on the diamonds. The Diamond Art Club putty from the new pen seems to be doing okay. I do have to switch it out every once in a while once it gets too warm or stringy, and I do have to twist to kind of do that. I have a full review coming for this It might be out by the time this gets out, or it might not be. So glue dots for the single placer, not so much wax. Putty, I have tried the Rando's Crafty Corner putty. I really like it. I'm comparing it to the Pure Bliss Wax Co. And so far, I think I'm liking the Rando's Crafty Corner a little bit more, but I'm loving the scent, because I got that one unscented, but I'm loving the scent of the Pure Bliss Wax Co. So I don't know, I want to keep trying different companies and knowing they do the same thing. I just have to keep it cool enough. Hopefully if I get a new AC unit, it won't be as big of a problem, but my house is pretty hot, so I'm kind of just waiting until winter to have a full idea of what's gonna work and what's not. What do you do with your finished diamond paintings? Do you hang them, put them in a portfolio, or something else? I need to diamond paint. I got so excited about these questions. I'm not even diamond painting. How dare you, Marissa? I roll them back up and put them back in the box. You have to roll them with the diamonds out. I do have a few hung. I have my Mystery Kit 52 from Christina 6-Leaf Clover Yen in my son's room. I have the Dreamers Designs, what is it called? Something Blossom or Tree Blossom or something like that in my daughter's room. I have the Seasons Change by JoJo's Art on my wall in my living room. So I do have some of them displayed. Only one of them is framed, so they're expensive. And then I have the other ones just wrapped up in the box. Maybe someday. I will be giving some away as gifts too when they're finished. So it just kind of depends on each painting, I guess. I don't have a specific process. Just what I do on the one on the wall will go on the wall. What I don't won't, and some are just gifts. Do you like to open your kits right away, or do you keep them sealed until you are ready to work on them? A little bit of both. Kind of depends on what I want to open on my channel. I try to do unboxing of the ones for sure I'm going to do on my channel, or at least that'll be in Whip and Chats, or I plan to do full reviews of, or if I'm doing like a compare thing. Just like I compared the new packaging and toolkit to the old packaging and toolkit for DAC. Oh no, for Diamond Art Club. So it just kind of depends. I have a lot that I haven't opened yet because I'm not gonna be working on them right away. So I don't really have a system for that either. It just is what it is when I get there and what I feel like doing when they get in the mail, I guess, or what I'm gonna show and what I'm not. What is your #1 unicorn kit? If it was easy to obtain, you'd love to own? Turning of Seasons from Diamond Art Club. I don't remember the artist, but I want that one so bad, and I hope it restocks soon. It was Little Lizard Garden, but I was able to obtain that, and now it's the Turning of Seasons. I will save a picture and I will put it on the screen. It is so pretty. I love the landscape of it. I love the color changes, and I love that there's purple trees. You cannot go wrong with purple trees. End of story. It is what it is. I love it. What is the kit in your stash that you are most looking forward to working on? Oh, geez. Any of the succulent ones that I have, I'm 100% excited for. I'd have to say maybe Little Lizard Garden, and then I'm excited to work on Nightbringer next too. Total different color palettes. That's why I plan on doing, this one is a lot of color. I plan on doing Nightbringer next because it's a lot of black in it, and then I'll probably do one of my succulents. I don't care which one, as long as it's a succulent. I've been holding out on those because they are some of my favorite pictures, and I don't want to work on them because I don't want them to be done because I want it to last forever. But at the same time, I do want to work on them because I want to put it up on my walls, and I love succulents and they're beautiful. It's a really conflicting feeling. This is getting too stringy and sticky. It's melted. Do you prefer confetti, color blocking, or a mix of both? I like a mix of both. I like to be able to use my multi-placer, but I don't like is if it's a huge section that is all of that. I know Nightbringer is going to be huge sections of just black, and I'm fine with that. I don't mind it all the time, but I do have snack size kits that I will be kind of working back and forth on to kind of get through it, because that's a lot of color blocking. I think something like this is perfect. You get to use your multi-placer, like all of this right here is line blocking, to where you can use it for that, but it's also different sections that have different, I don't know how to explain it, but this is like the perfect amount of color blocking confetti almost. It's like little tiny blocks of color blocking. So yeah, I mean, if it's all just individually every single dot, you can't use your multi-placer at all, I think would drive me a little batty. But if it's smaller sections like that, to where, like even with this, yes, it's only the 3 blue dots right here, but I could use my multi-placer to get that little part done and then move to a different one. But if it's like, this one doesn't really have it, I can use my multi-placer pretty much all of it, and even a few sprinkled in of individual. But if it's all individual, no matter what, you can't use one, I think would drive me a little batty. But I don't have much experience with that yet. I might like it. I guess the Dreamer Designs Twisted Blossom one had sections like that, and I was able to get through. I just had to work it in smaller sections, but I was also working on multiple kits at the same time, so I didn't really have a chance to kind of get tired of it. I would get fatigued easier, I realized, with that. So I don't know, I guess a mixture of both. I can't choose one or the other. How do you pick which piece you want to work on next? I like to do rows and then put a little bit of, this is release paper on it a little bit. This section's a big section, but I like to do either rows. This one I tried a little different. I did a row up and down and then a row side to side, just to see if I liked it that way. I'm still kind of testing and trying different ways out, but that seems to be my go-to, is just rows. I can't imagine doing like one section here and then moving over and doing like a little section over here and then one over there. Like I don't think, I'm very much like left to right or top to bottom, you know? So this was my first time doing like corner to corner almost like this. I don't think I liked it. I'm going back to top to bottom for it now that the sections are smaller. I think I'm just gonna go back to doing the top row, top left to right, and just doing it that way. I don't know, it seems to make my mind happier if I do that. This was an experiment and it was okay, I guess. What is your favorite season plus holiday to diamond paint? I don't know yet. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm gonna assume fall, because I'm already looking and have a fall kit to do. Just the colors are pretty, it's cozy. There's always like some sort of pumpkin in it. It's witchy, it's warm. It reminds me of my favorite holiday, which is Thanksgiving. Just fall vibes in general. It's when it's starting to cool down, and like spring, I like spring. It's warming up, but that means I have to get ready for the dreaded summer. Fall is like a slow trickle into it cooling down and knowing that it's just a reprieve after having to deal with all of the heat all summer. Do you work on one kit at a time or have multiple at once? Currently, this is my only one going. I think at most I will have 2 or possibly 3. Like I have a Paint Gyms kitted up for if I need a break. I'm planning on kind of using some of those for when I work on Nightbringer, which is a lot of color blocking of black. So does that count as 12 kits kitted up? No, that's just one project. But I also have a sunflower one that I kind of want to work on if I don't want to work on the Paint Gyms. So possibly 3, but 2 is the most I've done so far. Neutral dark pieces or colorful pieces? I gravitate to both. Honestly, I kind of want to go back and forth between that. So both. I like super vibrant, colorful stuff, but I also like when something's like a main focal point with like a darker surrounding it, or even a lighter thing. Like you can see that I've done Seasons Change, I've done Beautiful Colored Death, and they each have, you know, a background with a main focal point. I'm gonna do Nightbringer, which has a background to it and a main focal point, but I've also done this one, which has the whole thing is the focal point. Or the Twisted Blossom, also any of the succulent ones that I want to do, like Little Lizard Garden and stuff like that. So I don't know, I think just to keep it so I'm not doing the same thing over and over again, I'm gonna, final decision, both. Large pieces or snack size pieces? Both. Sometimes if you're doing a really big one, like Mystery Kit 52 was a really big one, I got By the end of it, I was antsy and ready to start another kit, but also if you have smaller snack size stuff to work on in between or rotate through, or maybe do a quick paint gem so you get the satisfaction? No, is that a word? I don't know if that's a word. So you get that satisfying feeling of a completion under your belt, you know? So you can do like a small paint gems picture and then continue working on your big one. But yeah, that's my final answer. I like that one. Place diamonds with tweezers or a pet pen. I cannot figure out the tweezer thing. I drop them, I pop them, they land everywhere, they go everywhere. It's like I could use the tweezers to remove a diamond, or I could use the tweezers to adjust where it is or pick some off. Like I could do that, but placing them, I've tried to pick diamonds up with tweezers and it's not possible. I don't know how people do it. I was watching, I think it was Courtney from Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend, and she was doing, I believe, ABs with tweezers, and it made me want to call her a monster because it's not possible. She's making that up. That is an illusion. That's not real. I've tried and it's not a thing. Like you cannot pick up more than one diamond, and I could see her doing it. Like obviously it's real, but it's not real for me. So pen all the way. I have made so many messes trying to figure out how people diamond paint with tweezers. Next, squares or rounds. I think they both have their own pros and cons. I like both. I like rotating between both. Squares are easier to multi-place. Circles or rounds are hard in my opinion. You have to do it in smaller increments or smaller placers like that. Like once you get into above like 6 or 4 or 5, they just go all wonky and weird. So that. I also like that with rounds, you can just kind of put down and it's where it is. You don't have to worry about doing corner to corner. It goes faster, it works up faster, and you get that completion faster. But squares, you get more detail, you get more in-depth stuff, and it's just easier to multi-place, so it just kind of depends, I guess. I like both. They both have their pros and cons, and they feed different things if I want something more complicated and more detailed and just take the time doing a square. It also depends on the picture of it. So yeah, squares and rounds. I like to do both. They both do different things for me. What is your favorite method of placing AB drills? Licking the tip, using a wet paper towel. I saw someone do like the little caps that like you get with the wax from diamond art places, and putting a sponge in there and getting the sponge wet and like dipping it. I should probably do that because licking it's not like the best method, but it's also the most convenient. Come at me. I know it's gross, but honestly, it is what it is. What is your preferred method of sectioning off a canvas? Washi tape and perforated covers. I'm just kidding. Rose and washi tape and what is it called? It's literally under my hand. This is release paper. I like to do row by row and just put the tape under so that you could see. Like here I have it on the side right here. I don't know, can you see that? Yeah, this is tape right here. So I can see where to stop, but normally it's underneath or side by side. I don't do like individual squares of tape. I do the whole row. So yeah, that's my preferred method. Do you have any other crafty hobbies aside from diamond painting? Me and my daughter explored some embroidery a little bit. I liked that. What else? Diamond painting's pretty much my crafty hobby. Yeah, I like to do writing, reading, and this is pretty much my only crafty hobby, I guess. I'm not very crafty. Like if I have to create it on my own, I don't want to do it. Like my brain, I cannot just make something or like draw art. I could write a book. I love reading. I love story. I love wordsmithing, all of that. I like the critical parts of those. But this is like my only crafty, I guess. I don't think writing a book counts as crafty. Diamond painting's my craft. We're just gonna stick with that. And the last question, who do you tag to do this video? I know I did it first because I just wanted to be upfront so people know that they're being tagged. I will probably also message them or something. But I am tagging House of Miscellanea, Naomi, Nancy from Pampered with Diamonds, Diamonds and Washi, aka Katie, Diamonds in Recovery. I can't remember your name, sweetie. I'm so sorry. And then Diamonds and Dragonflies, which is Heather. And then Crafty-ish Kristen, which is Kristen. Yeah, thank you for watching. I absolutely had a blast answering these questions and being tagged. This was so much fun. If you are not tagged, feel free to do the video anyways. That's what I've seen twice so far, and I want to see your videos if you do it. So tag me and let me watch it. I will also keep an eye out on other people doing it. This is so much fun. Thank you, Courtney, for tagging me. I absolutely felt special, and I appreciate that. Have a beautiful day. Bye.